Well, you guys, Katie decided to just continue to dig her hole, her goal to hit the center of the earth in hole dug. And she went live from her bed last night, to show her vulnerability and to make, herself appear more vulnerable and whatnot. Because it's a move that, Stouffer did that. She did everything besides wear white. I mean, she must have thought that'd be overkill. But listen, I don't think this video last night helped her in any way, shape, or form, and I will get into that. And like I said, Todd, please come get your girl. She's just making herself look worse at this point. Again, taking no accountability and no responsibility for any of the things she has done. And all right, let's check out her latest excuses.
I have been offline for 4 days.
Oh man, she's starting off with a lie. That's not true. She's been on Instagram. She's been around. She's been commenting on Twitter, So this whole I've been offline for 4 days thing is not true. So we're starting off on the wrong foot here, first of all. And not only has she been online saying she hasn't, but she also has been talking about the case and defending herself. Two of the things she said she wasn't going to do on several different occasions, she has continued to do, while supposedly, taking a break, quote unquote. And yeah, so this is how we're starting off. So just be prepared.
And it's been, a rough few days and a needed few days to sort of like recharge and come back to a place where I felt comfortable and just feeling like I would be safe. So am I okay is what a lot of people want to know. And yes, I'm okay.
Oh, good thing you're okay, because if we called a wellness check and, the dogs, woke your neighbors up, then you'd be a little upset, wouldn't you? We wouldn't want that. So I'm glad you're okay.
I wanted to do this live because I wanted to come from a place of just being real and truthful and not doing an edited video where everyone would have an
An opinion?
I don't know.
Oh, no,
I didn't want it to be
can't
super
have that.
polished.
Oh, no,
I just
no opinions,
wanted it to be.
Woo, nothing you do is super polished, okay? You're not a creator, you're a live streamer. Okay?
Me,
you don't
and
create
that's
content,
really how
you live
this
stream.
platform has grown.
So,
is that
yeah.
I have been me, and my tenacity and my drive to put out content and to tell stories, and my personality has driven so many people here. I've also been dealing with a lot of criticism, but it's been very amplified lately, and I understand why, because
I understand why, she says. Okay? That's a good sign, right? I understand why. All right? Now, what do you think she's going to say next? You think she's going to say, oh, because, I've made a lot of mistakes doxing people. I have stalked Tati. I have done a lot of the things I'm being accused of, and I've pretended like I haven't. No. The whole I understand why.
There's this big lawsuit out there right now that has a lot of really big claims that I can't respond to. And it has created this monster where people are trying to sort of, I think, dissect everything I do to justify what they're seeing in the complaint.
Lord have mercy. Oh no. No. We don't need to see a complaint. A lawsuit has nothing to do with why 95% of the internet is annoyed with you. It's because you're lying about everything you say. The lawsuit has nothing to do with it. And if we were talking about just the lawsuit, then we would aim to the fact that we watched you stalk Tati. Okay? So we know her lawsuit's legit. All right? So why are we playing pretend right now? I can't play pretend. I can't. Dear Katie Joy, please stop insulting our intelligence. No one is angry at you because of a lawsuit you are unable to speak on. We are angry with you because you play pretend, forgetting we watched you do the things you are being accused of, only to turn around and deny it. I'm a creator who has made criticism videos about you. I assure you, it's only because I've witnessed you lie before my very eyes on several occasions. There is no hearsay needed when you
And
see and
they're
hear things
taking one side of a story,
Sincerely, T-Spirit,
knowing that I can't say anything, and deciding that it must be true because it's in a complaint.
I don't know about you guys, but I've I've witnessed this complaint. I have seen her lie. I've heard her lie. No complaint would sway my opinion on that, okay? She is just telling herself whatever it is that her little mind needs to hear to cope with the backlash because she cannot handle opinions.
I've been confident in my truth,
I can't
knowing that
even believe
what's
this
being
is
said
real
about
life
me
right
is
now.
not truthful.
Wow.
But obviously, I can't provide any evidence yet. And I think that has created this sort of monster of, well, if it's in this document, it must be true. And it's
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Nope. I can't believe. Do you guys really think she believes the things that come out of her mouth? Like, I thought she was going to keep quiet about all this. Didn't she, like, say that 85 times or so?
a lot of my subscribers would tell you that
come get your girl.
I have changed
Come get her.
and grown, and I
A lot of mercy. So change and growth is not
it's hard
always
right now
a good
because there's
thing,
only one side out
especially
there,
when
so I'm
you
not
change
seeing
and
a
grow
lot
for
of
the worse.
balance in any of the reporting. It's like automatically I'm all bad.
Honey, you're all bad because we've seen the bad you do, okay? And if you can't speak on your behalf, which you keep saying, but you keep speaking, then how do you even expect people to talk to you about the other side or your side, quote unquote, when you can't even talk about it? So maybe you should stop talking about it until you're able to talk about it.
Coming from this place of when you feel like the world is against you and you have PTSD, you get into this like fight or flight mode where you feel like everyone is gonna hurt you, and so you either like fight, flight, or freeze. And I found myself at times freezing, at times running away, and sometimes just like fighting because I literally felt like no one believed me, no one cared what my side of the story was, nobody wanted to hear my side. And that still kind of is the part that gets to me, is that there's all these videos being made about me, and yet nobody has actually come to me for my side. No one said asked me questions to clarify before uploading videos about me that are very damning.
Just so we're all on the same page. She has come on here and said she knows why everyone's upset and it's because of the lawsuit. Then she proceeded to say she can't talk about the lawsuit. And now she's saying, but nobody's asking me to talk about it, but I can't talk about it anyways. Like, what? And this is after her saying, like, hey, I'm not going to talk about it. Now she's mad that people aren't asking her to talk about it when she already said she didn't even talk about it.
Monster that has affected the situation to the point that people believe that I literally did this because she posted this out there, and it's contributing to people believing that I lie about everything, and it's accusing me of a crime. When that person wouldn't respond and then instead goes onto her channel to humiliate me again and calling me It Gets Worse, and basically at that point I would say it's harassment.
She called you It Gets Worse because guess what? It got worse. Just when you think you couldn't get worse, you get worse. It's like you're the ultimate warrior when it comes to worseness. And let's not forget, KJ, in the interim, what she fails to tell you is she made an email saying that my YouTube manager is going to be watching this and you can't show this email, and my YouTube manager said this and said that and da 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 da. Okay, since when are you the voice of your YouTube manager? Why is he not hitting Creepshow up? Why are you falsifying information on behalf of YouTube to further push
If
your
I'm not,
narrative.
I mean, I'm telling
Why
you
is
got
that
it
okay?
wrong.
But you don't
I'm
talk
asking
about that, do
you
you,
to
Katie?
correct it or to remove the video, and you.
I'm a big fan of half-truths are whole lies. And if you're going
Won't,
to tell
and
a
then your
story, you should
response to
probably tell the
further
whole
expose me,
story.
to humiliate
She's
me,
not
to
doing
make
that
more
right.
money off my name. It's just, I don't understand that.
You don't understand
And
it?
it's
Yes, you
this
do. And if you
mindset. I
told the
have
whole story,
tried
maybe
to work
everybody
out
else would
privately with
too.
them and ask them to correct things. They refuse. And so I have to come to a place of, you know what? I'm not going to engage anymore. If you wanted to literally talked about how
Girl, why you
she used
lying?
to
You
have her
always
last name on her
engaged. Come on.
name on her channel. She has posted photos on her Instagram. Like literally that website that was linked from Google is a public website that she knows about because she goes to that website. So she had to have known it was there. At least I would assume, because people have said that she gets a lot of her information from that site. So if she knows that it's there and she knows that it's out there, and all that's really in there is like public data that she has put out there. It's her tweets, it's links to her videos, she's put the information out there. You can't accuse me then of finding it through a Google search, sharing it in a private Discord, not seeing, I did not see her name, so that is my bad. Like, had I known that her name was in there, I have ADHD, my bad, my mistake. Like, I was scrolling super fast. I didn't.
She, her. This whole video, she just blames other people and her ADHD for, her oversight of not seeing someone's name in the middle of doxing them. Come on, man. This is where I draw the line. This is BS. You are just making yourself look like the dummy you are. And for you to come on here and say, well, she had this and she did that and da 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 da, and I didn't see her name because I have ADHD. Like, all right, I'm sorry, but having ADHD and PTSD and STD, whatever the hell you have, does not give you an excuse to be a shitty human. It just doesn't. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why people cannot stand you anymore. I'm not going to talk. I am going to talk. And when I do talk, I'm going to make up every excuse in the world to show you why I am not a bad person when everyone that is real can see I
wasn't
really
looking
am.
for it. I was
Stop
honestly
it.
just looking for the Twitter, like, comments. And man, there's a lot of creators that have accused her of lying about them, getting stories wrong. In fact, one creator was basically saying in July she might have lost monetization for falsely reporting somebody false and unwilling to retract. That same day that I shared it, I had no idea that his plan the whole time was to basically like flip on me. That same day that I shared it, I happened to walk into a Discord phone call where they were like talking to admins. And when I added myself to the call, I literally heard Unirock say, I am not going to go down for being on Katie's side. I'm getting too much heat for this. So I think maybe he was getting a lot of backlash for supporting me. This was someone who I trusted, who told me repeatedly that anything I talked to him about was private, who repeatedly promised me, Katie, we are friends. I would never betray your trust. Anything you tell me was there. And I said, oh my God, I am so sorry, because I felt so bad. I did not see the name. I felt terrible. They said, no, it's totally fine. It's an honest mistake. Don't worry about it. Hours go by. I'm still in the server. Nothing's happening. And then the irony in all of this, you guys, is that this happened in a private server where there was probably like 5 people there. He's the one that put it out there. He's the one, if he cared so much about this woman's privacy and not people not knowing her last name, he would not have made a video about it. He needed, in my opinion, to show everyone that he wasn't biased to me, because he was getting a lot of backlash that week that saying, well, you're just in Katie's pocket. You're on Katie's payroll. You can't. And then when I reached out to him after he started making these videos, he refused to talk to me. He wouldn't respond to me.
He, she, them, they. No accountability once again. And when she does take accountability, she blames it on one of her, STD, HPV, fucking ADHD, PTSD problems. So this is what Uni said in response to that. Katie has been lying about me again on her channel. So let's set the record straight. I usually don't pull from my Discord like this, but since she's forced me, hell, she's been showing DMs, so she won't care about the comment in a public room. Point 1. Katie is lying. It wasn't me that was going to make a video on Creepshow. It was her creator mutual friend that was going to. She knows this, but she needs to fit her narrative on me so that she hopes Creepshow will hate me or something. Newsflash, Creepshow already doesn't like me due to me trying to get her to talk to you. And 2, at the bottom, Katie is referring to her apology videos, the ones that she deleted, and says, they think this is an apology tour, but it's actually an expose the trolls tour. This is just disgusting, because it's her saying her apology videos had a narrative behind them. Shocker. If you're gonna go live and lie on me, I'll just go ahead and drop things that show the truth each time you do it. Also, that creator was the one inside the server who watched her drop Creepshow's docs, but has done nothing but make excuses for her doing it and attack me the entire time. So let that sink in. Thanks. P.S. An email from one of her subs where she's making fun of them, believing that she is on an apology tour just so you know. Have a good day, Unirock. And here's the email where she admits that these aren't apologies. This is just exposing trolls. So she never apologized. Of course you don't. Narcissists don't apologize. And if they do, it has an ulterior motive behind them. They can't apologize. They don't feel bad for what they do. And there's the creator. I think I'm going to make a fair criticism on Creepshow art. And then there's Katie showing an email. They think this is an apology tour, but it's actually an expose the trolls tour, further proving that she never intended to be sorry to begin with.